I'm here with Steven Depperschmidt, and what we want to do is we want to give you a little more insight onto metro tax districts. There's a lot of positivity and negativity out there, but what we really want to show you is the numbers, what it means, so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. So here's Steven to kind of give a little bit more insight on what they actually are.
Yeah, so a metro district is essentially an additional tax that's put on the neighborhood by the developer to help fund the developer for putting in the infrastructure, the streets, the sewers, the electricity, everything in the neighborhood needs to get up and running. And historically what used to happen is developers would borrow money from banks in order to do those infrastructure items. Well, over time, as banks kind of lost money on that during the last financial crisis, things have changed a little bit, and now the developers work with the city to fund that. And so the city passes as an additional mill levy on that neighborhood to help reimburse the developer. And so that's kind of a general overview. Obviously there's some additional details in that as well, but we're going to give you guys some examples here of what it looks like on a numbers basis and how it affects you and your budget.
One quick thing for everybody watching. Does Metro Tax District replace an HOA, or can there be both?
It does not replace it. Sometimes could be one or the other or both.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, let's get into some numbers and see what this really looks like.
All right, so what we did here is we actually pulled up two different properties that are currently listed and available for sale. The first property is one that's located not in a metro district, and the second property is one that is located in a metro district. These are just kind of two examples we pulled together for you. They're a similar purchase price, single family home. They're similar square footage, bedroom, bathrooms, that sort of thing. So the first property, the one that's not in the metro district, is this 1835 Winchester Court. Just kind of pulled it up on Zillow here. If you look at the bottom or on the side of the screen, they have a breakdown of the property tax history. And so it could show you that the current tax bill right now is $1,944 per year. And we're going to show you kind of a detail on how that's broken out. Zillow does a nice job by kind of showing a history and a breakdown of what the taxes are over time. On the second property here, it's 3858 Kenwood Circle in Johnstown. This one's located in the Thompson River Ranch Metro District. It's a similar thing on Zillow here. You can see on the right-hand side of the screen, they do a breakdown of the property taxes. And so it's a little bit higher at $4,426 per year. To see a more detailed breakdown of the property taxes, you can actually go to the Larimer County Assessor website. You can get there just by Googling Larimer County Assessor. And on there, it'll show you the property tax bill, what it's been over time. And then they do a really nice job of breaking down where do my taxes go. So it actually shows you each individual mill levies. And so the first one is what we talked about there, is that metro district. And so they're assigned 84.309 mill levies, which is equivalent to $1,962. So of that total tax bill of $4,354, the 1962 is what's being applied towards the metro district. And then from there you can kind of see a breakdown of the Thompson R2J fund, the city of Johnstown, what they collect, Larimer County, so on and so forth. In comparison, the breakdown of the property taxes of 1835 Winchester, you can see it's a bit lower. Specifically on the breakdown of the taxes here, they don't show that same metro district because there's not one assigned to this property. But again, you can kind of see where the detailed breakdown of each individual line item for the property taxes, kind of a useful tool there. So what we did is we actually plugged both of these properties into a report here to kind of show you a better side-by-side comparison. And so what I did is just kind of ran a general conventional loan scenario. I utilized a $475 purchase price on the 1835 Winchester with 20% down. You're looking at a monthly payment of around $2,772 and a little over $100,000 cash to close. In comparison, the 3858 Kenwood, the property that is in the Metro District, has a slightly lower purchase price at the $470. Again, 20% down. We're using the same interest rate, same homeowners or hazard insurance, you can see that the monthly payment is a bit more at $29.51. Again, cash to close is going to be pretty similar, just a little over $100,000 there. So in essence, the difference in that monthly payment is the cost of that metro district. You can see it actually creates your monthly payment to be about $179 more for the property that's in the metro district versus the one that's not. So I think a helpful thing that people should consider and kind of keep in mind is, okay, if I'm comfortable paying $29.51 per month, if that's kind of my budget, what I'm allocated towards here, what is an equal property that's not in a metro district that you could purchase? So what we did here is we took a similar payment of $2,900, and you could actually buy a house for $500,000 that doesn't have a metro district, that has a lower property tax bill, and have that same payment. In comparison, what we also did here is we could say, okay, well, what if your budget just allocated for the $27.72? You wanted to stay at that or below. Well, if you're looking to buy a property that's in a metro district, you'd have to lower that purchase price to get the same monthly payment. So in the last example here, what we did is we actually took the $435 purchase price, so lower purchase price because this is in a metro district, to keep your monthly payment the same. So just kind of an important thing to kind of keep in mind there is that if you're looking at a property with the metro district, you're going to want to ensure that you're allocating and setting aside the appropriate budget for that monthly expenditure. And then I always like to kind of translate it to what does that mean in the purchase price comparison. And so it's about, in this example, $30,000 is what the monthly payment equals to that you're paying on that metro district.
All right, well, I hope that aided in clarifying some of your questions that you may have. No doubt there's a whole lot more. So please reach out to me at teamnelsonloans.com or 970-215-4854.
And my website is loanswithsteven.com. My phone number is 970-556-5200.